Alrighty guys, we're back for Mono Red Aggro, and this is a Bloomburrow standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, we gotta transform for Bloomburrow. There we go, now we're ready. First, let's go over all the generic mono red stuff that we really don't need to talk about too much, right? We got all four Monastery Swiftspear, we got all four Monstrous Rage, all four Shocks, all four Lightning Strikes, all four Slickshot Show-Offs as well. That's the generic mono red shell. Now we got some new cards to go over, some mice to go over. Heartfire Hero, check this one out. This is a 1 mana, 1/1 with Valiant. So whenever Heartfire Hero becomes the target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. Cool. Now when Heartfire Hero dies, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. Beautiful ability. We know that well from Cacophony Scamp as well, making the cut as a 2/of. But there are other mice in the build. We have Emberheart Challenger. 2 mana, 2/2 Mouse Warrior. It has haste and prowess. Beautiful. And then it also has a Valiant ability. Whenever Emberheart Challenger becomes the target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, exile the top card of your library. Until end of turn, you may play that card. That seems beautiful. It seems like a pretty powerful creature. Now, another mouse that we have in here that isn't a new one, but we should probably go over is actually Raging Battle Mouse too. This is a 2 mana, 2/1. The second spell you cast each turn costs 1 less to cast. We have a lot of beautiful 2-drops in here that we would not mind making a 1-drop instead, you know? So it also has that bottom celebration ability at the beginning of combat on your turn. If 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield under your control this turn, target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Nice. Some cards that work well with mice, we have Might of the Meek. This is a 1 mana instant speed. Target creature gains trample until end of turn. It also gets +1/+0 until end of turn if you control a mouse. Now we don't have too many mice in here, but we do have 10 total, which is not half bad as far as creature types packed into mono red go, right? And then also it replaces itself, so you get to draw a card. So most notable thing about this is it looks a lot like Ancestral Anger. And at first glance, you might think it looks worse than Ancestral Anger because Ancestral Anger, of course, can buff a lot more. But also, Ancestral Anger was a sorcery. This is instant speed. So I think that instant is actually really going to help this out. Another thing too, Ancestral Anger is one of those cards where you wanted to play all 4 in a build, where Might of the Meek, we could totally play 2 in here instead of 4, but obviously I want all 4 just to see how it does today. Okay, other noteworthy things packed into the build, we do have a couple Demonic Ruckus, which probably should be over here with the generic mono red stuff. We have a couple Blazing Crescendos in here, going to pair beautifully with that Cacophony Scamp and the Heartfire Hero, or pretty much everything in here, honestly. We also have a Callous Sell-Sword, which we're not worried about the creature side at all. We're looking at that burn together side. So sorcery, adventure, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to any other target, then you sacrifice it. Beautiful stuff, man. Okay, 19 total mountains is hopefully not too many and hopefully enough. Over at the honorable mentions, some important honorable mentions. Fugitive Codebreaker almost made the cut. Manifold Mouse was a mouse that I thought about for here. Witchstalker Frenzy, 5 damage is very important. Removal is very important. I'm just opting for something different this time, or I'm opting for more aggro, I guess. I also thought about this new Rock Face Village, but not this time around. Okay, guys. Enough rambling. I do my dandiest to save the more in-depth deck discussion for the end of the video. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, and see how we do. Okay, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. Heck yeah, we do. I usually say in the meantime. What am I expecting from the list? I'm expecting a lot, dude. I think mono red's going to be just as beautiful as it was before rotation. Only a Slickshot Show-Off in hand. This could be very, very risky. And I like risky. Let's keep it. We should have about 21 total creatures packed in. Dude, look at this. Look at this board. This is sick. Okay, green. I'm going to keep the shock for something else later on. Against green, I think we're okay to just play the Show-Off. get one through. But I think we better plot just in case turn 2 they reveal themselves to be Golgari or something, right? More green. Now hopefully we don't get them down to 1 and then lose the game or something, right? Yeah, you never know. They could have dropped a swamp, dropped the Go for the Throat, and then we'd be very sad. Tough Cookie. Oh crap, dude, we're seeing a lot of spells. Okay. With Tough Cookie, I mean, fight spells, of course, exist in green. All right, let's get that Show-Off down. Might of the Meek gives it +2/+0. We'll get that card draw. Maybe we'll see more creatures. Blazing Crescendo does a similar ability, which we should have done. Well, we'll still have it till the end of our next turn. So, yeah, we'll do Blazing Crescendo, see what we see on top. Looking for more creatures, of course. Monstrous Rage. Yeah, what the heck, man. Let's do it. Let's. Why not? Why not? It's a lot of damage. Hopefully, we see some more of our mice. And hopefully, we don't get taken out by a quick fight spell here, too. Audacity. Still got 2 open. All right. Slickshot Show-Off sticks around, and opponent drops the concede, and we got to play nothing new. Oh, no. Oh, no, opponent. I'm so sorry. Well, let's view the battlefield real quick. So, just for the sake of playing something new this game, I should have played Might of the Meek and then drew a card. Instead, we would have drawn the Monstrous Rage. Could have done something like double down on Monstrous Rage. Of course, the rolls cancel each other out, but that could have been pretty cool too, I guess. Okay, and then maybe I'll be a little bit less silly with holding back mulligans, just so that way we could see some opening mice. Yeah, guys, definitely let me know in the comments what you think of the little... I've been calling it the Red Rat because it rhymes with Red Cat, but it's also like Red Mouse, right? Especially since we have all these awesome mice in red. Yeah, I don't mind this hand. Nothing to really target the hero with, but like, can we complain about this? No, I don't think so. Plus, we're going first too, so. See what we end up doing with this Slickshot Show-Off, depending on what they play here. Ooh, Might Caller. Okay. Another frog, rabbit, raccoon, or squirrel you control enters. It gets a +1/+1 counter. Sweet. Let's just get the Show-Off down this time. And then full swing. Instead of going for the plot. Yeah, whenever it comes time to plot the Show-Off, you really gotta look at like what the opponent's playing and decide. I don't know. Sometimes it's a tough decision though, because you never know. When they're rocking white over here, they could easily have spot removal too, so maybe the plot would have been better when going for explosion. But sometimes you get an extra point of damage through. So the Mentor here. Power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. Nice. So I'm thinking we go Shock on the Caller. Get the Mentor down to 1, right? Actually, we could probably do that on their turn as well. Well, no, we want more damage. We want more damage here, and if they trade with Mentor, that's really good for us. And then, depending on what they do, we're just going to go Lightning Strike to their face, too. Alright, let's do this. Max out that damage for the turn. Down to 9. Hopefully we don't see more mountains off the top, because that would be pretty bad. Definitely want something that buffs this board state somehow. Oh, nice. We got the Paw Patch Recruit coming in with Offspring. Very nice. Oh no, it is more mana off the top too, guys. I think we still just max everything to their face. And hopefully we're not in danger, guys. The target of a spell or ability an opponent controls. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Go for the swing. See what they do with that Heartfire Hero on the ground. It would be a pretty bad block. And of course, we're maxing out the damage for the turn again. Okay, mountain off the top means we're in big trouble, man. But anything to buff this Slickshot Show-Off, as long as they don't remove it, of course. Other than that, we might be in trouble. And they got 6 damage on the board. If this was untapped and they found a way to, like, double buff their board state, that would have been pretty bad. I guess we're still at 15, though. Yeah, it comes down to the top deck. At 19 mana, I'd be shocked if we see a 6th mountain off the top. They do find removal for the Slickshot Show-Off. It could still come down to this Heartfire Hero, like, just giving it a little bit of a boost, you know? Or seeing more burn off the top, too. They go down to 1 here. And gone are the days where, oh, it's mountain. Wait a minute. They went down to 1. Oh, okay, so we just swing. Heartfire Hero gets us there. Oh, nice. Okay, so it didn't end up mattering, luckily. So I was going to say, gone are the days of saying, oh, we top deck Kamano, and we win that way, right? So Kamano is out of here. Which you know, it's one of those things as a mono red player, it's surprising that I'm happy that Kamano's gone. But it's also, like, whenever you put mono red aggro together, like, it was one of those things where it's like, well, I should probably put 4 of those in, right? That kind of limits your deck building a little bit. That's kind of how I've been feeling about Slickshot Show-Off recently, too. All right, so far so good, question mark? I don't think we want to consider 18 mana. I think that would be too low. Well, see, we got a lot of 1s and 2s, but then we got some ways to see more off the top, like Blazing Crescendo and then the new mouse as well. I guess it really depends. Uh-oh, guys, waiting on the server. Let's go ahead and pause the recording and see what's up. Okay, we actually got into the next one pretty much right after I paused the recording. I was concerned there for a second. Might of the Meek, wow. Only Slickshot Show-Off in hand again. Well, I said I wasn't going to be too greedy with mulligans. Did I mulligan? I really want to see Might of the Meek do something today too, though. Alright, we'll keep it. Like I said, I think we have 21 creatures in here, so we should be okay. Shock is open. It's a mountain. It's a Demonic Ruckus. We're going to keep that shock back for now. All right, Swiftspear. We're going to go for Explosion, though, on the Show-Off, especially up against the mirror match. You don't want that to get burnt away right away. That would be horrible. Held on. All right. Callous Sell-Sword is not bad. Of course, we're looking at just the sorcery side here, burned together. Although a mouse wouldn't have been bad too, but... Alright. Swiftspear. Show-Off. Might of the Meek onto Swiftspear just to draw, and we have Shock open to hit face. But I just want to see that card draw too. Monstrous Rage. Oh, buddy. Hi. Yeah, we'll go for that Monstrous Rage, right? Probably on the Swiftspear, because Show-Off already has a huge target on its back. Oh, they're tapped out. We could have just done that before combat too, but I guess it's good practice. Start with the swing. Think about the combat tricks, right? Really good turn 3. It's great that we went first here. Godric. All right. They have a tough decision, man, because a swing would be dangerous. Hey, Heartfire Hero. That doesn't have haste, unfortunately. I think we're just going to go 1, 2, 3 with all these, right? We'll start with the draw, of course. See what we see. And Might of the Meek replacing itself, of course, is huge. I guess we don't even need the Callous Sell-Sword, unfortunately. We'll just go for the swing this way. Yeah, GG opponent. Going first there was essential, right, in the mirror match. Although even if we went second, I think our hand was good enough. As far as mono red hands go, the Slickshot Show-Off would have been a great burn target for them instead of a Godric. So if they had burn in hand, getting this off the board would have been really, really good for them. Heartfire Hero would have been much better earlier, so that way we could actually get the +1 bonus from the Might of the Meek. For some reason, I can't click on the graveyard over here, so I guess I have to leave the match. All right, let's keep the ball rolling, dude. We're only 15 minutes in. I think that was our third game already, right? Holy cow, these games have been fast. It wasn't our fourth, was it? Yeah, I don't know. We don't have the deck tracker here for day one. So I'm going to completely lose track of my games, dude. Hey, while I have you here, 15, almost 16 whole minutes into the video, make sure you check out that description where we got that Discord link as well as that Patreon link too, if you're interested in supporting the channel that way. The Patreon, of course, the main benefit is going to be the patron suggestions, which is going to be, of course, a great place to drop your Bloomburrow deck suggestions. All right. You know, I hate to say it, but this is like the best hand of the evening, and the reason I hate to say it is there's no new cards here. We'll keep it. We'll keep it anyways. You know, we have an actual turn one, which is great news. All right. We just go into the show-off play, or do we plot? I think I'm gonna plot because this could be control based on the tap land. We're just gonna plot for the turn swing with the Swiftspear again. It could be some form of Selesnya control or like Abzan or something. Bristlepack Sentry, dude, nice. Holy cow. It's a good blocker, man. Probably go for the Lightning Strike then this turn. Take the blocker out of the equation, or I guess, so Slickshot Show-Off. I guess also if they block, we do have combat tricks enough to get the Swiftspear there. So yeah, I guess we'll full swing, save the Lightning Strike for their face when it comes time. We'll go Blazing Crescendo on the Show-Off first, see what we see, because it could be a Monstrous Rage off the top. It's a Lightning Strike actually. Wow. And we're just going to go face with the shock, get the Swiftspear to a 3/4. All right. We have double Lightning Strike for next turn because we have enough mountains for it. Kind of insane, dude. Playing out very nicely. To anyone's surprise? No, I guess not. So we'll just start with the Lightning Strike. I guess we should have played the Challenger for the sake of playing something new. But, it is what it is, huh? GG opponent. I kind of feel bad. Yeah, how many games did we play, guys? Because now we're getting the rank up to Platinum Tier 1. And what was I? Was I in the middle of Platinum Tier 2? Or I don't even know. It's going to be one of those things, too, when you're playing a deck list like this. Like, you're just going to go through so many games so fast. I mean, I lose track of my games when I only get 4 games per video. So, like, we got some new packs to crack. We'll think about that after this next game too. Yeah, super fast games. It's working exactly how we expect. I have nothing else to say about the deck list, man, except for I want to see more mice on the battlefield. So we always we change up the Red Cat artwork for like new sets and stuff, and we had like summertime Red Cat and whatnot. Did anyone expect the Red Mouse or Red Rat? Let me know in the comments. What were you guys expecting for Bloomburrow? Did you guys have any ideas? All right, opponent. What you bringing to the table, buddy? Ooh, first mulligan of the evening, right? We need our creatures for sure. And these hands have really shown why Witchstalker Frenzy only made the honorable mentions, right? Because overall, we're not really having too many creatures on the board at any given time. There we go. Oh, buddy. I'm just going to ditch a mountain, honestly. I'm going to keep everything else. Hopefully that's fine, because a third mountain is always pretty good. All right, I'll always see another one. Forest from the opponent. Second forest from the opponent with a pass, actually, guys. With Show-Off and Challenger, wouldn't mind seeing more with the Challenger because we have Monstrous Rage in hand. I think we're going to establish this, man. But we could also do that next turn, too. But Challenger's only until the end of next turn, so getting it established now is a little bit better, hopefully. It's a little bit more damage than just playing Show-Off and or just plotting the Show-Off, but since we're up against mono green, holy cow, dude. That's a 4-5 with reach that we're going to struggle with for a second, except we saw a shock, so I guess that's pretty good. With the prowess on both of our creatures, we're going to keep the Show-Off back for now. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do, because obviously we want to target the Challenger with the Monstrous Rage. I still think it's a full swing. I think they might try to block the Challenger, actually. I don't know. That's a tough decision, because I don't think we hold back for the turn either. We're about to see more off the top with the Challenger. All right, so Monstrous Rage. Get the Valiant effect. It'd be like a Lightning Strike, which would be really, really good. Oh, it's going to be a mountain, actually. That's not good. That's not good at all. There was a lot of instant speed 1-drops that we could have seen instead. They're going to get 1 through. That's going to trade for an extra 2. So I think we just shock the opponent's face. Oh, yeah. The prowess is going to... Yeah. We're safe, actually. The Reborn isn't a 5-5. It's a 4-5. So we actually get to keep these around, which is actually really good. And unfortunately, we lose the mountain because I played a mountain earlier. But we wanted to do that because we wanted to make sure we still had 1 open in case we saw another instant speed 1-of thing, or 1-drop. Contaminator. All right, well, Monstrous Rage off the top this turn instead, huh? I mean, I'll take it. Full swing. See where they block. They do end up blocking the Challenger. I guess we could... Huh. I guess we do this because, yeah, we could still see an instant speed thing here. That's actually a tough decision on where to put that. It's going to be a Swiftspear, actually. I guess we play it. Going wide might be essential. Wait, getting them down to 2... If I would have put the monster... Wait, what were they at? GG opponent. They found their 4th forest, and that was it, though. Guys, did we lose yet today? I know I made the joke that I'm getting lost in the games, but I really am, honestly. Like, did we lose? Are we on a winning streak right now? Well, anyways, if I would have plugged the Monstrous Rage onto the Show-Off where they weren't blocking, there would have been no damage coming through from the mouse. But the Show-Off would have gotten a buff of 5 total, right? Than the Swiftspear. I think we would have done more damage, but we wouldn't have found the second Swiftspear too. I think they would have been down to 1, maybe? My math might not be math in there, honestly. I might go back. Or when I go back and check out the video, I'll actually math that out a little better and see. Because honestly, we might have missed lethal that turn by plugging it onto that creature. The server has been a little bit slow, but not too bad. It's actually holding up nicely. The game didn't crash yet, so that's good news, right? We're finding opponents easy peasy too. Lots of people playing. All right, opponent, what you bringing to the table, buddy? Yeah, we'll keep this. We're seeing awkward orders with this deck list right now, which is definitely something I want to bring up at the end of the video. So There's an issue with like the Heartfire Hero. When we see it, we're not seeing anything to actually target it for the Valiant counter and whatnot. We're just going to go Swiftspear for the turn. Extra damage because of the haste. And then establish Heartfire next turn. Okay. Wow. So, Emberheart Challenger. Nice. Good draw. We're going for it. I suppose it could be a shock, but like, what would be a better thing here? If we played Heartfire Hero, I guess we could keep the shock open. And then if they target our Swiftspear with their shock, I guess that had a chance of having the Challenger survive the turn, playing around a shock. But then the Challenger doesn't come onto the board. Yeah, probably. I probably should have played that out a little bit safer here. With Slickshot Show-Off, we are probably gonna... If we go shock, it's an extra 4 damage for the turn. 2 from the shock, 2 from the double prowess here. But if we establish Heartfire Hero, it can start swinging next turn too. I think that's what we do. Since it's the creature in the deck list that doesn't have haste, just like get that down and get that ready. Losing that first challenger definitely set us back, guys, so it's definitely something to consider. Actually, I can't look at any graveyards. I can't click on these. Oh, there they are. Now they're popping up very late. Oh, Might of the Meek. Look at that, dude. All right. All right. Let's do this. Let's go on to Challenger because we could see even more, even though it wouldn't be a bad thing to put onto the Heartfire Hero. Oh, Raging Battle Mouse. That also does not have haste. That wouldn't be a bad play. But I think we're going to have to take the Slickshot Show-Off off the board. So just another Swiftspear off the draw from the Might is actually a little better. And then we are going to play defense here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Right. We're going to play defense. And hit that Show-Off. Get that out of here, right? I think that's pretty good. Get them down to 4. In other words, we could have gotten them down to 2, but we also had a chance of dying this turn then as well. Whereas we're pretty wide now. Yeah, skipping out on the Raging Battle Mouse. Of course, it would have been better to see the Battle Mouse off the draw. And then the other order. I think we saw the Swiftspear off the draw, right? Yeah, GG opponent. GG. Another Swiftspear off the top, too. Guys, the deck list is doing wonderful. It's doing things, man. I don't know how many victories we got. I don't even remember if we lost yet, because like usually we lose something, right? How about we just end on a high note, because I think we played a lot of games. It's better for this first video to be a little bit shorter anyways. That way it actually uploads in a reasonable time. So that way I can get it out to you guys as early as possible here on day 1. And I have a lot to say about the deck list too. And ending on a high note, well, let's go ahead and do end the video pack as well. Seriously, man, when I go through and I put the timestamps in the description, I'm going to have to see how many of these we actually won. It feels like 100% win rate, but that can't be right, right? All right, look at that. Speaking of Red Rat, we got to visit rats soon enough, huh? And a Jackdaw Savior. Nice. All right. So, let's go over this deck list one more time. Bloomburrow red deck wins. Mono red aggro. There's another bug that's been happening. I applied these styles earlier. I'm pretty sure I did at least, so I have to apply them again for some reason. And also, I don't believe I can change the... Oh, no, I changed. Oh, okay, that's good at least. I don't think I could change the cover art on the deck list earlier, but now I can, so that's good. All right, here's the deck list again, guys. I got a lot to say, actually. So first of all, when you have your generic mono red shell, it's very powerful. If this is all you see, then you're pretty happy, man. Demonic Ruckus, we could probably fit into the generic mono red stuff too. And we do see Blazing Crescendo pop up every now and then, but really the Crescendo's in here to fit the theme with the Cacophony Scamp and the Heartfire Hero too. And that's the same concept with the Callous Sell-Sword's adventure side here burned together. There's going to be moments, though, where you drop that burned together on a nice, beefed up Slickshot Show-Off, too. So, like, it's not just in here for the Heartfire Hero and the Scamp. And something else, too, when you read the burn together, it does say target creature you control deals that damage. So it does still target for the Valiant as well, which is pretty cool. This Emberheart Challenger actually seems like a pretty good card, huh? Just the 2 mana, 2/2 haste prowess is good enough in and of itself, I would say. At that point, too, if that's all it had, would Fugitive Codebreaker still be a better choice? Probably, right? Fugitive Codebreaker is a 2/1, though. But it has that other ability. But Emberheart Challenger also has that bottom Valiant ability, which we actually got to use quite a bit today. Or I shouldn't say quite a bit, but we got to see it a few times, which is good. I think it's good. I think it's a good ability. So if you are targeting it with something like Might of the Meek, which I actually really like today too, you never underestimate the power of instant speed. I brought this up while we were going over the deck list, but Ancestral Anger is what this most looks like, but Ancestral Anger was sorcery speed. This is instant speed. Now, another problem then with this as well is it only gets that +1/+0 if you control a mouse, and then it can never be more than that +1/+0 as well. So it can't be like Ancestral Anger sometimes would give like +2/+0 or something, right? But yeah, just like replacing itself. I think just like one of the biggest things, of course, is the instant speed. I don't think I can stress that enough because it's one of those things too where if you have a lot of extra instant speed things to see off the top, then your combat tricks become crazy with the Challenger as you go like Might of the Meek onto a Challenger, draw, see one off the top, and then that's 2 cards instead of 1. You could easily see like a Shock or a Monstrous Rage or both, right? So your combat tricks could be absolutely insane when you're doing stuff like that. And then, of course, since it is a mouse, it'll get that buff from the Meek as well. And then same concept with the Heartfire Hero, which we didn't get a single counter on top of today at all. So the big question here is, were we getting lucky? No, I don't believe so. I think Mono Red is just so freaking stacked, dude, that we could put this together however the heck we want to put it together, and it would probably still be pretty fine, you know what I mean? So we were seeing a lot of mountains today as well. So would we benefit from going down to 18 mountains? And then, you know, I think one of the most important things from the honorable mentions over here too was actually the Witchstalker Frenzy. Yeah, I could see it. I could. We could drop a mountain and go up a Witchstalker Frenzy. But guys, it did so well today. I'm not going to change anything personally. This is totally up to you, right? I could see dropping that mountain down to 18, going up 1 Witchstalker Frenzy. 5 damage is very important. But we weren't seeing too many creatures in a lot of those games. Over a third of the deck is creatures, though. So 21 total is pretty good. Witchstalker Frenzy might benefit a little bit more if we're like between like 25 and 30 creatures, but usually Mono Red hasn't had that for a while, and they still operate well with Witchstalker Frenzy, so I'm probably overthinking it a little bit too. Because even if you get Witchstalker Frenzy down to 2 mana, that's still pretty good as well. And plus, like, also, when we do have a couple like Raging Battle Mouse packed in as well, it has the potential of being the second spell on that turn, so it would cost 1 less as well. And with Raging Battle Mouse, I would have loved to see this do a little more today, but it's only a 2 of in the build, and for a very good reason, right? More mice is great because of that Might of the Meek, but also, just like when you have this many 2 mana cards, it's a lot of 2 mana cards. Actually, what's the curve look like here, man? It's an aggro curve if I've ever seen one. Just 1s and 2s. but we still have more 1s than 2s. So if you end up having Battle Mouse on the board and established, there could be really interesting turns after the fact, right? Where, well, yeah, I mean, even getting like Lightning Strike just to 1 mana, that's actually pretty good if you're playing Lightning Strike as your second card. But there's like so much you could possibly do, right? 1 mana Crescendo. Yeah, I like the 2 of Battle Mouse, but this is also something potentially on the chopping block as well, where maybe just like more hasty creatures would bring the win rate even further higher, right? Like a Feldon, for example, right? This could just be a couple Feldon and you'd probably be happy. Actually, if you don't have Raging Battle Mouse, I would say don't bother crafting this, right? It's a rare. It's nice to have the extra mice. Maybe. I don't know. But like if you have like 2 Feldon instead and you want to save your wild cards, you might as well just go Feldon, right? Just another hasty creature, totally fine. And then also your opponent blocks it or something too. You're going to see even more off the top, and seeing more off the top in a deck like this is really good. You know, Blazing Crescendo and Challenger proving that. Okay, guys. Hey, enough rambling, huh? We're only 36 minutes into the video. We actually made a really good time today. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this as fast as possible and get it out to you guys. I'm excited, man. I like Bloomburrow rotation. I couldn't be more hyped to see what everything's going to bring and what every opponent's going to bring to the table and whatnot too. All right, guys. Hey, if you made it this far into the video, for real, y'all are champions. I believe I brought up the Patreon in the middle of the video already, as well as that Discord. But hey, you know what I never bring up? Liking and subscribing. Apparently, that's something I'm supposed to bring up every now and then. So hey, if you liked the video, drop it a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then consider subscribing. We're getting pretty darn close to 4,000, which is very exciting. So, all right, guys. Hey, I will see you in the next video.